On the day we got our marriage license, Sonia Gray told me that if we ever slept in separate rooms for more than a week, it meant we had silently agreed to divorce. Every time we got into a fight, she would grab her pillow and run to the other room. And every time, I was the one who had to back down, lower my head, and apologize. She used that threat to keep me wrapped around her pinky for 3 years. It was my 28th birthday. Once again, she missed our date because of the intern at her workplace. When she came home, she extended diamond cufflinks to me. I did not take it. Sonia frowned at me for a while before saying coldly, "You have a birthday every year. He doesn't get a second life. This isn't a game." I came back as fast as I could after taking Chris to the hospital. "Stop throwing a tantrum. How controlling can you be? You're a monster." She went right into the guest room. This time, I did not go after her. Sonia slammed the door shut like usual. Of course, she did it on purpose. She wanted me to give in and ask for peace, but this time, I stayed seated, quiet as stone. I did not cry or become anxious like I used to. I was tired of living life this way. I did nothing wrong, but every time, I was forced to beg for forgiveness. The air conditioning was turned up high, but the ice cream cake on the coffee table was still beginning to melt. Just like this marriage, no matter how much I tried, the cracks never healed. Instead, they grew bigger and more numerous. I scooped up a small dollop of ice cream and put it into my mouth. The sweetness did nothing to wash away the bitterness flooding my heart. We had been married for 3 years. In the first year, she stayed at her company, helping Chris Shaw amend his proposal while leaving me alone on my birthday. In the second year, she went to the neighboring city with Chris on a work trip. That day had also been my birthday. Now she left me alone standing in the rain just because Chris called her over. I was staring blankly into space when the guest room door suddenly opened. She approached me, and my heart skipped a beat. A bit of ice cream stuck to the corners of my mouth. Sonia let out a resigned sigh and wiped it off with a tissue. "I'm sorry, honey. I didn't mean what I said. Yes, I know you hate it when I get too close to him. I promise I'll try my best to keep communication with Chris strictly tied to work." All the unfairness and hurt I had kept bottled up suddenly surged to the surface. My eyes reddened. For the first time in 3 years, she was the one taking a step back. Before I could even voice how happy I was, she continued, "Someone took a picture of me sending Chris to the hospital and sent it to the work chat. Everyone's calling Chris a homewrecker. He's sick. He shouldn't be dragged into this. I'd like you to clear his name." So much for her taking the first step. So much for feeling moved. She would throw me under the bus again and again for Chris. And now, she had only lowered herself to apologize because of him. For 5 years, I had poured my heart into loving this woman. Now, I laughed in her face. She took that as a yes. "You're the best, honey. I'll add you into the group. Once you clear his name, you can apologize where everyone can see it." So, I cut her off. "Don't even think about it." She froze. The tender expression she had a moment ago vanished, replaced by exasperation. "We're innocent, Quincy. Why do you keep going after him? This rumor can very well ruin his life. He's just an intern straight out of college." The poor boy was crying his eyes out on the phone. I shot up from my seat and met her eyes. "I'm not interested in Chris's life. Spare me the report, and I'm not going to clear his name either." My fists were clenched, and my emotions were close to spilling over, but I held them in and kept my voice level. Sonia let out a mirthless laugh. "Fine. From now on, I'm staying at the company. If you still think you're a man, don't even try to talk to me." The door was slammed shut again. Something invisible squeezed around my heart, and the pain nearly stole my breath. Then my phone buzzed. I thought it was Sonia. Instead, it was a message from Chris. "Ms. Gray took me to the hospital because I had a paper cut. Don't read too much into that. Only insecure guys are paranoid about everything." I stared at the screen for a few quiet moments, but I did not text back or delete the message. Sonia kicked me out of her car and left me stranded in the downpour for Chris. I thought he had suffered a near-fatal injury. In the end, it was nothing but a paper cut. When I had appendicitis and the pain had kept me curled up in bed, I had asked her to bring me some water. Back then, she had called me a pampered prince. A bitter smile curled my lips. It was obvious who Sonia truly loved, even if they had never crossed that